Again, with Virat Kohli there with the fielding effort. And again, he's a thinking captain. He's always on the move. As Jadeja bowls once again, pushes the batsman onto the back foot, just defended again to Virat.
Virat's come straighter as well. If he's the point, he's come a bit straighter, so stop you going down the ground. So Jadeja might not be trying to turn it as much, trying to bowl a bit quicker and a bit flatter, try and get LBW, because the batsman's having to turn it a little bit squarer to get the single.
And his message to Jadeja would have been, keep it tight, keep it tight. Let's not give them those easy runs. Swept away this time by Fakhar Zaman. Finds the fielder at deep mid-wicket, just the one run. Score moves on to 95 for no loss. Again, going back to that point, we just look at the bowling card, and it's only Bhuvneshwar Kumar, apart from the other bowlers, apart from Jadeja, who's not gone away for runs, too many runs. Steve, you said any target is possible here. 6 and over gets them to 289 as Jadeja bowls to Azhar Ali, who drives from his front foot towards the fielder at the point.
It has to start with a 3 to stand any chance of winning this match. It's got to start with a 3. If it's got a 2 in front of it at half time, we might as well go home, because India will cakewalk that. It's got to start with a 3, 310, 320 minimum for this Indian batsman.
And this time he's come down the track and he's swatted it really. You won't call it a sweep, you won't call it a pull. He's just come down the track, taken it on the full and swatted it past the fielder at long on. Bhuvneshwar Kumar there had no chance. Fakhar Zaman moves on to 41. It's 100 up for Pakistan in 18 overs.
It's what is known in England, club cricket, as a slog. That's what it was. It's cow corner at its best.
And like you said, starting with the 3-figure mark, the dressing room, the Pakistan dressing room, and you can see on our screens here, Mickey Arthur all smiles.
Why wouldn't you be?
He will be thinking 310, 20 at least.
Got to be thinking that. They've got to be thinking of that mindset. That was a fantastic shot. And you mentioned earlier in the over, Kohli, he got a bit straighter, but he got a bit closer. So Zaman's just come down the wicket and eased it over the top of Kohli, knowing that if I get it over his head, it's 4. And I think that's good batting by the young man. It shows he's learning, it shows he's observing what's happening, and his game plan's great. And it was a fantastic shot there by the young man. It looked agricultural, but it was effective. And I think that's the point at this moment. Got to be effective.
Now,
and he's Hardik Pandya to continue from the
round the wicket, and he's given a little bit of width to
quickly
Zaman,
turns it on towards the leg side.
Cover points.
Mid-wicket puts in a dive, but it's past
for
him.
a single.
Batsman quickly
63 without loss. We're in the 11th over. It does look a good batting pitch.
Not what India will
but you must be heartened by the way that Pakistan
definitely not, but
have got their innings underway here today.
Yes, almost run a ball going now. If they carry on like that, I mean, 300 is not a big task for Pakistan, and that can put a lot of pressure on Indian batsmen without Pakistani bowling.
Bumrah is in again. He's over the wicket this time, and he strikes Azhar Ali.
3 balls, 5 fours in there, 5 fours and a 6 for Azhar Ali, who got a life as well. 47 not out for him as Pandya bowls. This time play and a miss, back of length, just angling away from the batsman. Just gone past his edge there. Good delivery.
A good delivery, and what we've said so far today is, I thought the plan for India was good at the start. The bowl tight into leg stump, middling leg, to try and stop that big, give him some room. But 3 times now they've bowled a good channel, what you would call a test match channel, 4th, 5th stump, just outside. He's nicked one was a no ball, and he's played and missed it too. So it just shows, sometimes somebody's strength is their vulnerability as well.
Pandya this time again back of length, cuts it away to Ravindra Jadeja at backward point, throw in, and he hits the stumps at the non-striker's end. Bit of a misfield there from Jadeja at backward point, recovered quickly, gathered the ball and threw it, hit the stumps, but the batsman crossing over for a single. It's 102 for no loss.
Excellent. It was a misfield, but it was a tough one. The standard of fielding he has, he should have stopped that. But does Jadeja ever miss the stumps when he throws at the stumps?
I haven't seen it.
In the IPL, the Super Over game, the fantastic Super Over game, three direct hits by three left arm fielders. He hit them twice. He was magnificent.
There's a reason why he stands at backward point. Right, it's a right-hander facing now, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, extra cover, and again, backward point, Ravindra Jadeja in place, drives this time, fuller delivery from Pandya. Azhar Ali drives, finds the fielder at extra cover, no run added, 102 for no loss.
Pakistan are just ticking the board over nicely. They're looking comfortable. They're playing some good shots, playing some confident shots. And what I mean by confident shots is you don't have to have, even in defence, if you look in control and you look confident, that sends a message to the opposition that you're in control. And I think that at this moment in time is what Pakistan are showing, that they're in control of their innings. And like we said right at the very start, you don't want to give that away, because when you're in, you've got to maximise it. As a batsman, you've got to maximise it. The only way you get out here is if you get yourself out, and that's got to potentially come from India bowling dot balls.
We haven't seen many of those though today. Pandya this time again short of length. He's stood tall and pulled it. Bhuvneshwar Kumar at fine leg in action. Just a one run. Good fielding there. Runs in, restricts the batsman to just single. 103 for no loss. Pakistan are in a space right now where they don't need to do anything extraordinary right now. Just play along these middle overs and put up as many runs as possible.
Well, they've got to be looking and thinking what the total you're looking at here. 8 runs and over gets you to 350. That's probably where they'll be looking, 330 to 350 on this pitch. They'll need that with India's batting lineup. But I think if they keep wickets in hand as late as the game goes, then all of a sudden they've not got to worry about being bowled out. That's massive in one-day cricket.
Shot delivery from Hardik Pandya was a bit outside the off stump. He lets that one go. The umpire also lets it go as well. So 3 runs off that over from Hardik Pandya. None for 13 from 3 overs. It's 103 for no loss after 19 overs. And Steve Harmison leaves us for the moment. And I'm joined in by former India international and ace commentator Ravi Shastri. Ravi, good morning to you. And India not really looking comfortable at the moment, need wickets.
Yeah, good morning, Chetan. Good morning to all our listeners. I've got a little bit of a sore throat here, but India have to be patient because the rub of the green has gone Pakistan's way. There's absolutely no doubt about that. They're riding their luck. So it's important now not to lose the plot.
Jadeja continuing to Azhar Ali from the Vauxhall end, who's on the back foot and finds the gap through the cover and to the fielder in the deep. Just the 1 run, 104 for no loss.
And be patient. Just try and get 3 or 4 good overs in where the strike doesn't rotate. Try and build some pressure. 1 wicket could lead to another. But at the moment, it's Pakistan who are calling the shots.
From over the wicket now, we have backward point and extra cover in position. Long off, long on. And mid-wicket as well. Fine leg up in the circle as Jadeja bowls to Fakhar Zaman. Again, he backs off and cuts it away, finds the fielder at point. Ravi, the main worry for India is obviously the 4th and 5th bowler. But right now, it's about the wicket. Who do you think is the bowler, the go-to man for Virat? As Steve was putting it in the last spell. Again, this time cuts it away. There is nobody in the deep. Gets it past the fielder at point. Backs off. Makes that a bit shorter from Jadeja and gets that boundary. Moves on to 46. It's 108 for no loss.
Final mukabla hai, Junaid.
I think he should carry on with Jadeja, and Pandya for the moment. Just let things go by for another 3 or 4 overs, and then take the call who you have to get in.
This time, is there a change in the field after that boundary? No. Same field then for Fakhar Zaman as he's on the back foot. This one was angled in on the middle and leg, driven down the ground. Just the 1 run, 109 for no loss.
And full marks to Pakistan for their tactics. They came hard, they had that initial share of luck, but they've not backed off. They've come hard at India. They put pressure on all the bowlers.
He's coming around the wicket now. Bit of a change in the field for the right-hander. We have extra cover. We have shortish extra cover and a normal cover. There's also deep point. 3rd man up in the circle. This time comes forward, plays it off his legs towards the leg side, brings the man at square leg into action. And with that single, 110 for no loss, Azhar Ali raises the bat to the dressing room, 50 not out.
Very good half century. In fact, his approach has been very good today. It's normally Fakhar who attacks at the top, but he's been outstanding today.
And perhaps thrown India a bit off guard as well, as Jadeja comes over the wicket once again to Fakhar Zaman, who backs off once more, trying to find that gap. That's misfielded. Will be another boundary. It was hit straight to the fielder at point. Was that Yuvraj Singh? Yes, it was. Got down, but could not field it. It's another boundary, not what India needed. 114 for no loss after 20 overs.
And 54 Fakhar as well. Terrific start this for Pakistan. I said at the start of the game, this might be a blessing in disguise, Pakistan losing the toss. Because in a big match like this, if you can get through the early nerves, if you can get yourselves into a position where you've not lost more than a wicket in the first 10, you can dictate terms in a final. And they're doing exactly that. They look good now to get a big score, in excess of 300.
50 against Sri Lanka, 57 against England, 51 not out against India. Fakhar Zaman's third consecutive half-century in this tournament.
And ever since he's come, Chetan, in the side, they won every game.
They won every game.
So you're talking
good luck beer. This one's still on, obviously. And it's also the 12th ODI half-century for Azhar Ali at the other end, as Pandya looks to continue to Azhar Ali. 114 for no loss after 20, mid-off, mid-on, extra cover, mid-wicket in position, as is also backward point. This time taken on the full, driven down straight to the fielder at mid-on. And Ravi, India's tactics have been to bowl restrictive lines in the first 10-12 overs, restrict the batsmen, restrict the opposition to as low as possible, even if wickets do not come. That didn't happen today. The wickets didn't come, but the runs flowed, and it doesn't help when somebody like Bumrah goes for runs.
And the tactics were good. I thought they bowled well. Pakistan took their chances. There are a couple of inside edges that went to the boundary. You got a wicket off a no ball. They played and missed a few times. But they went through that period.
Pandya, once again, this time shorter from Pandya. Azhar Ali onto his back foot, just turns it down with a pull stroke, down towards fine leg. Bhuvneshwar Kumar in action, just the one run. 115 for no loss. Pakistan, again, they don't need to do anything different. This opening partnership has worked wonders for them. India, well, again, something out of the box. Maybe Virat will talk to Dhoni again, bring on Kedar Jadhav. That's how it's worked in the last two games.
Definitely in the mix, Kedar Jadhav. Absolutely no doubt about that. And
Virat said in the press conference yesterday that at best he expects 7 or 8 overs from Pandya. So obviously, with the pitch acting the way it is, Kedar Jadhav with his pies always in the mix. This time onto the leg side. The batsman plays it off his pads, down towards fine leg. Just the one run added.
And so far he's done a good job. 3.3 overs for just 15. A little bit of luck. Could have had a wicket. Now this is where, the captain has to keep the boys together. Say that, yes, Pakistan have got off to a good start, but let's be patient. Let's stick to our strengths. Stick to the basics. Don't try anything out of the ordinary.
3 deliveries remaining in this over. Just a bit of cloud about. Nothing to be very worried about. As Pandya runs in from the pavilion, and again a short delivery, but this time he pulls it just in line with the fielder at square leg. Just the one run. Pakistan, again, these two batsmen not doing anything adventurous at this stage, just milking for singles.
I think very good approach by both these players. They've complemented each other well. In fact, it was Azhar Ali who was the aggressor early on, and Fakhar has done well not to throw it away, in spite of being caught behind once of a no ball. Got a couple of inside edges, was beaten outside the off stump. The important thing is that, he didn't throw it away and he's still there.
And Pandya once again, this time, again short of lane, outside the off stump. That's well fielded at the deep by Yuvraj Singh. Pulled by Fakhar Zaman. It was a full-blooded shot from the batsman. Found the fielder straight, just a one run.
And one thing for certain, it's a belt-off a pitch for a final. There's no doubt about that.
And what sort of score, Ravi, do you think Pakistan would be looking at?
Oh, they'll be very disappointed if they get anything less than 320 from here. 320, 330.
And with all the pressure of a final of India-Pakistan, well, the chase will be well and truly on, as Pandya bowls for the last time in this 21st over. Short delivery, tried to angle it over the slip cordon, which was obviously not there, but a play and a miss. It's 21 overs gone, 4 from that last over. It's 118 for no loss. A short comment from Ravi Shastri, and then to take the action forward, it'll be Mark Sagers.
Yes, 118 now, Pakistan. Plenty of batting still to come. If they can carry on in this fashion and have wickets in hand in the last 15 overs, then, even 350 is possible here. Such good batting conditions. It's a quick outfield.
Ravi, very well, it's now good afternoon here, just after 12 o'clock, and around the world, so many people fascinated on the edge of their seats, listening and watching to this game all over the world. They reckon about a sixth of the world's population are involved in this today in some form or another, which is quite extraordinary. And for Pakistan, it really has been an important first wicket. But champions need to be tested. And if you're going to be champions of the ICC Champions Trophy, you've got to be exactly that, not just when everything is going your way. Jadeja on his way once more from this, the Vauxhall end, and he bowls to Fakar, who is just defensively pushes it back down the wicket. They've chosen their shots well today, I think, as well, Pakistan, since that early one or two little bits of problems.
And Azhar Ali in particular, I thought, has been very good, very solid.
Zaman once again, and this time he cuts it away all along the ground. It beats the inner fielder. They go through for another single. They've run well between the wickets today. They've judged it a lot better than I've seen them at times. They're beginning to really look like a smart outfit we know the confidence has grown right from the start of the competition, but we also know that with that has come some real discipline at times. They've had their luck, which you perhaps need, particularly early on when Zaman was caught behind off a no ball. Jadeja once more on his way around the wicket, and it's short, it's cut backward of square. It could go all the way to for 4. It absolutely has done that. No chance of stopping that one. And 4 more runs, 123 for no wicket now. We're halfway through the 22nd over.
He'll be disappointed with the line he's bowling. It's too much of width on offer. Full marks to Azhar Ali. He just smashed it, just slapped it away on the offside for another boundary. And they're going brilliantly at the moment, Pakistan. The run rate is terrific.
Once more, Jadeja comes round the wicket and he bowls, and this is uppishly, but with a real risk this time, into the same position, but the man will stop the boundary, and they just go for through for 2 more. I've liked the way that they've done that. You know, they've punished the bad ball. They've not tried to be too ambitious, because this is still a vital partnership for Pakistan.
And this is typical Pakistan. You know, they started off badly, and then got out of jail against Sri Lanka, won that game, then went past England easily. And when they're hot, they're red hot. So India will have to dig deep here.
Well, Kohli and Jadeja just having a word about the field. He's going to put a backward point saving a single. He's got a man round also saving this single on the 45 towards third man. He bowls now, just tosses that up a little bit more, trying to tease the batsman forward, who just defensively pushes it out. Kohli fields, and there's no run. He's got men 3/4 of the way to the boundary at deep extra, and of course at long off, long on, and deep square on the onside. Again, just pushes this one into the ground and fielded by Kohli. End of the over. 125 now without loss from 22 overs, and Azhar is on 58 and Zaman is on 54, and here's Ravi Sastry.
And this is where you're looking, Mark, for some inspiration in the field as well. You know, you can suddenly inflict a run out or so that might change the course of the game. So, you really want your fielders to be backing the bowlers in good batting conditions, and when the opposition has got off to a terrific start.
How's your throat? We're just, Neil, are you okay with your lubrication with your throat and everything? It's gone
struggling a bit. Yeah.
You're looking as elegant and smart as ever, and well, enjoying this. This is the test. In fact, Ravi's just going to take a little bit of a break for us now, and Sir Clive Lloyd is going to come in alongside me. And at the moment, it is Pakistan having been put in by India, who's certainly taken their advantage. And Azhar is on 58, Zaman on 54. And we've got a change now down at the pavilion, and Ashwin's going to come back on. So immediately he's got a long off, he's got a long on, he's got a mid-wicket saving a single, and the man just in front of square and backward of square, and of course at fine leg, and the man so he's going to come round the wicket then to the left-handed, it is of course, Fakar, and Zaman waits. 4 men saving a single on the offside. And he comes all arms and bowls, and it's pushed to mid-wicket, just the single man there saving the run. There is no run, 125 without loss. Sun is out, a few more clouds here at the Oval. Crowd vociferous, intense, but now just hushed. They know this is a vital part of the game as he bowls once more. This time it's pushed for one, looking for a second. Don't think they're going to get it. Man's in very quickly from the boundary, which is Pandya, and there's just a single. 126 without loss in the 23rd. It's warm out there today. Sir Clive, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I think I can just improve my tan today. It's been pretty tough going for the Indian team today. The Pakistanis probably the happier of the two teams. 126 without loss from 22 overs. Yeah. And a good crowd, nice warm day.
Set fair.
Yeah, this is carnival atmosphere here.
Absolutely, and some great cricket we're watching now as Ashwin comes in from the pavilion end and he bowls, and this time Asha just plays it defensively up on the onside. It's straight enough for them to go through for another single. 127 without loss. Now I know that I've spoken to you, Sir Clive, quite a few times on this, and it's not all about expansive hits for the showpiece final. I'll come back to that in just a moment as Ashwin comes in again and he bowls, and this time it's short, cut away on the offside, but there's no run once more. You don't just have to clear the boundary every other delivery here, particularly when even at a stage like now. Keep the scoreboard ticking over is your mantra on all of this. As once more Ashwin comes in from the pavilion end and he bowls, and again Maka goes for a quick single. This time he's thrown the stumps down at that end, but it's I don't think that there's even I'm going to have a look at it, but I think he was safely home there. They've run well.
Yes, it looks so. It was fairly good because he had to change hands to throw the ball, so it was a well taken run. But we'll check here now to see what happened.
Given he dived, I just want to make sure the bat didn't bounce.
No, I think he's fine.
It's not out. Yeah, it's not out.
Absolutely well in there at that stage. There was no problems whatsoever. So through for another single. 128 now in the 23rd over. And as our waits, as Ashwin comes in from the pavilion end, bowls and pushes it through mid-wicket, immediately calls it. There's a brilliant piece of fielding here, and there's going to be a run out. Which one's gone? He's out. That's a big breakthrough for the Indian side at this stage. And there we just had a moment where for the first time there was doubt between the two batsmen, and I'm afraid it's Azhar who's got to go. The problem there was that he got down the other end, he was sent back, it was too late, and the first wicket is a run out, and that has given this Indian crowd something to cheer about finally. 128 without loss. And now it's 128 for one from 23 overs. And a magnificent innings comes to the end with Azhar Ali run out for 59. And Bumrah did some great work there in close.
Yes, but I think he didn't wait to see if the guy, with the ball, if he had a ball in his hand. And the minute he'd stopped him, he checked. If they'd continue running, it would have been an easy single. So that yes-no situation was detrimental to Pakistan. But this is probably one of the ways you look like they were going to get a wicket by being run out. They're very comfortable. They're playing some good shots. And you talked about good cricket shots. You look at the last game at Edgbaston, Indian, Kohli and Rohit played terrific, cricket shots. They didn't try to hit anything aerial. And here you have. They're batting quite well, and just all of a sudden it is, it's not pressure that would bring this on them, but you have to give the Indians credit. They've been diving around, they've been backing up their bowlers with some very good fielding. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is Bumrah.
Yeah,
he played against the West Indies, got a couple of wickets at a very crucial time with no balls. And that's something that they should be working. He's a professional cricketer. And if you get an edge here, you're going to be very lucky. And you expect them to be taken. And you don't expect the umpire's hand to be out there. So, to me, I think he's got to work on that.
Back again from the Vauxhall end this time. It'll be Jadeja once more to the The man who's already in Zaman, and he bowls now, left arm over the wicket, and the left-hander comes forward, drives it on the onside, well stopped by Kohli, and there's no run. So Babar's come into the action, waits at the non-striker's end, so this is a reverse sweep, well executed, but again there's no way past the field there with Dhawan fielding the ball. So crucial part of this game now, where India feel they're just back in it a little bit as Jadeja bowls again, and it's again played out on the onside. No run for Kohli, going to get through this over pretty quickly if they possibly can, and you can just feel that the Indian supporters once more have decided that it's time they were back in full voice. This time it's worked away on the onside, backward of square, thinking about the single, but a real yelp and a scream there from Babar to get back. There wasn't a run, so 4 dot deliveries so far this over, exactly what Kohli needed from his bowler Jadeja, who's on the way once more. That's again, the line's a good one into the legs of the batsman, and once more it's Kohli at mid-wicket who does the fielding. He just speared that ball in. There's a little bit more pace on it as well. Final ball of this over, and again this time the batsman does just feather it away on the onside. Kohli moves around the field, there'll be a single, but just one off the over. 129 for 1, and Zaman will continue on strike. He's 57, and Babar yet to face a delivery. Here's Sir Clive Lloyd.
Yeah, Jadeja's done extremely well here on such a perfect batting strip. Bowled 5 overs for 5 overs for 30 runs, which is, I think, is pretty good. And he's not causing them problems, but they can't score as freely as they would like. I'm probably putting a little bit of a doubt. They're playing a reverse sweep, which I didn't think is something that you need to do at this stage.
No, I think you're right. So it's spin again. Ashwin from the pavilion end. He's bowled his 5 overs so far for 31. Pakistan 129 for 1. Now in the start of the 25th over, 5.38 runs and over. Just that 1 wicket to fall. It was a run out as well. Ashwin is in. Bowls, and this time just played out on the onside by Zaman, and he'll go through for the run, which brings Babar onto strike for the first time in at 3. Crucial batsman, I feel, Sir Clive. Now Babar here.
Yes, I think he's not a bad young cricketer. I think he's future for Pakistan. He's had some very good scores in the of late. And they're probably to 5 or 6. They have some very good batters, and they've got a platform here. They'll be probably looking, the least they would look for 337, 8 per runs per over.
Well, his first delivery is pushed past the infield on the onside through mid-wicket, and he's off the mark with a single with his first delivery. Pakistan to 131 for 1 in the 25th overs. We're in there. Ashwin from the pavilion end. Got the 4 men now on the offside saving the single. He's got a man at mid-wicket, and then we've also got mid-wicket deep on the boundary, long leg. Waiting once more. Comes round the wicket. Bowls, and this one's cut slightly uppishly, doesn't pierce the field once more, and India really buoyed by that wicket. Could just see this game beginning to drift into a difficult position for them, but Ashwin and Jadeja have pulled it back a little bit now as Ashwin on his way once more, and bowls to Zaman, to slog really through mid-wicket. It's all along the ground, and they come back for 2. You have to hurry. He's in safely enough, and 2 more. 133 for them.
I really couldn't see. I don't see the rates for playing those shots.
There's no need.
No need. If you beat extra cover, you'll get 3 or 4. If you beat the man at mid-wicket, you can get 2. If you hit it straight, you can get a couple. So there are gaps in the field that you'll be able to get runs.
Ashwin comes round the wicket again, and this time Zaman does play a more correct shot, just to the man at long on, and moves through for a single. 134 for 1, and in the 25th over, just 1 delivery to come. He'll go back over the wicket to the right-handed Babar, just to eyes what there is on the onside. There's a man 3/4 of the way back now at the mid-wicket boundary, and he bowls, and again it's on leg stump, and it's just pushed out square, and there is no run. End of the over. 134 for 1, and we're halfway through this innings of Pakistan in this ICC Champions Trophy final. And you're listening to Talk Sports and to Cricket Radio, exclusive global partners of the ICC Channel 2 group. And here's Sir Clive Lloyd.
I think the Pakistanis should be doing is, the way they should be thinking, keeping the score ticking over, and then you'll have wickets in hand to have a goal, in the last 10 overs. But if you lose 4 or 5 wickets, then you're onto the middle, and they don't have a very good backup where they don't have too many all-rounders.
Jadeja on his way once more, this time down the wicket comes Zaman, and there's no need to even think about that. That's virtually come up to us here in the commentary box. Over long on for 6 runs, used his feet, gave himself a bit of width, and a wonderful stroke, and Pakistan on to 140 for 1.
Yes, that's a top shot, really. But when I said ticking over, it's ticking over. That's a good shot.
Sometimes they make their minds up early, don't they, in the over to see what you can get, and that 6 has really sort of set this over up nicely. And Jadeja once more on his way, and this time Zaman makes way and cuts beautifully just behind square on the offside, all the way along the ground. There's no chance of cutting that one off, and another 4 runs, and 144 for 1 now, and he moves on to 71, Zaman, and something else now for Kohli and this Indian side to think about.
Well, you can tell that it's such a good pitch. He was way outside his leg stump when he hit that pass point for 4, and there was no particular risk in it. So the point is they can play good shots and keep the score moving, and that's what they're doing at the moment.
They're going to change the field here. They're going to bring the man in from long off, and then they've now got to go and defend that boundary square on the offside to the left-hander. And Zavan now takes a look around as well. There's mid-wicket in saving the single and an extra cover too. Jadeja's on his way and again spears that one into the legs of the batsman, but he makes room, quick on his feet, and it's pushed out to long on, and another single. 145 now for 1, halfway through this 26th over. Put into bat by India earlier today, and Zaman is still there, having, as Clive was telling us, being caught behind off a Bumrah no ball. Not the first time he's no balled at vital situations, as Jadeja from the Vauxhall then bowls and just tosses that one up a little bit, and Baba comes forward, pushes it out to the Indian captain, who's fielding at extra cover, and there's no run. Quickly into his stride once more. Jadeja comes in and bowls to Baba, who's back, and this time he plays it off the back foot, drives it just in front of square to extra cover. Man in from the cover boundary, and another single to keep the board ticking over. 146 for 1. The drums have begun to beat away down to our left here. A lot of Indian fans down there thoroughly enjoying themselves at the moment. Could do with a couple more wickets, as Jadeja left arm over the wicket, and this time Zaman just comes down the wicket again, and this is gone aerial, not gone for 6 but another 4. Cracked that one over extra cover, sort of one of those in-out shots as well. And once more, Sir Clive, showing what this wicket is like, as you said, as Pakistan reach 150 for 1, and Baba is on 4, who will take the next delivery, and Zaman has moved on to 76 from 82.
Yes, he sort of flat batted it, and it shows that this is a very good pitch for a final, and you know that it's obvious the batters will have a good day here, and if the bowlers, the Pakistani bowlers, will have their, they'll have their work cut out if they
exactly
get less than 300 runs.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how many they've got to at the 30 over stage here. Pakistan with 9 wickets in hand at the moment, 150 for 1 now. It's Ashwin once more, his 7th over from the pavilion end, no wicket for 36, on his way to Baba, and he comes in now, bowls over the wicket, and Baba drives it forcefully, well timed. He's only going to get the single though to long on, and once more giving the strike back to Zaman, who's decided now's the time to have a real go.
You're going to see a lot of these shots that he's playing off the back foot because pitch is so good. This back foot drives, and they've played a multitude of them so far, and they're very productive.
He waits now as Ashwin just again changes the field for the left-hander. He'll bring in the 4th man saving a single on the offside. As Ashwin comes round the wicket and he bowls to Zaman, and this time just lets it go because it's wide outside the leg stump. Another run, 152 for 1. Ashwin once more quickly to his marking, just 6 paces and bowls. And again it's down the onside, and again taken by the keeper, but again another wide delivery, and these are just extra runs at the moment for Pakistan. Just trying to fire it in there again at the pads, comes round the wicket and bowls, and this time it's flat batted once more, straight for 6. What a shot that was! He just took 2 paces down the wicket and he flat batted it straight back into the pavilion for 6 more runs. 159 for 1 now, Pakistan, and Zaman moves well into the 80s.
Well, this is a tennis shot, actually.
It was. Ashwin, what's he going to do this time? Bowls once more. Zaman this time, much more orthodox. Lovely shot all the way along the ground through extra cover. They'll come back for a second. They'll possibly get 3. It's been stopped out there, and yes, they're comfortably through for 3 more. And, well, he's decided that he's going to race on now.